All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be starting the live stream here in a couple minutes, just letting everyone jump in. I just posted it over on X, posted it in the Discord. I'm going to be starting here probably in about just a minute, and then we're going to be live streaming until about roughly 7 p.m. EST. So for about 1 hour, we are going to be live streaming. We're going to be watching the charts. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be, just really kind of going over a few things and just, sitting back and enjoying the overall site that crypto is providing us with. So with that being said, let's jump in. Let's officially begin the live stream. As you guys can see over here on Fiat Leak, XRP is still going crazy in terms of the amount of XRP being traded in the past minute. Nothing as crazy as, the other couple days, but the trading volume is obviously still there for XRP, and we are trading over $2.70 some cents. I know on some exchanges right now, we are actually over $2.75. We did hit about roughly $2.86. We are getting very close to the new all-time high. And I do think that now is the time to really kind of, start preparing, because once we do break that all-time high, price discovery is going to go crazy. Now, I do see a lot of you in the chat already. Welcome in Patrick, welcome in Bags, welcome in Zane, Justin, Shax. I see so many of you guys. Jaden, Justin, Goner Gaming, CBG, Elite Dark Lotus, welcome in. Too Salty, welcome in. Possibilities on Casper hitting 20 cents. I think that Casper goes much higher than 20 cents. I do have an AMA planned with Michael. We are trying to schedule things around, both of our schedules. So I think that that's going to open a lot of people's eyes to really kind of what happens around Casper. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. We're going to be addressing that in a later video. Again, I'm just waiting for his response. But regardless of that, welcome in everyone. I'm happy to see a lot of you here. So yeah, let's take a quick look at the XRP 10-minute chart, because as you guys can see, this is still coiling up for yet again another big move. The overall pattern here, and I kept telling you guys, it's the same pattern repeated over and over and over again. Okay, every single time that we have this nice run up, we sell off a little bit, trade sideways, and then continue. Again, this is a much larger move similar to that, where we have that nice run up, right? This was during the live stream yesterday. This is basically where we hit that $2.50 level. And then I stopped live streaming because, at that point we were already at resistance. I said, $2.50. After we hit that, I'm getting off. And as you guys do see, we did sell off a little bit, traded sideways, sold off a little bit more, deeper down to like $2.20 some cents, and then just kind of chopped a little bit. And now, as you guys can see, boom, we're back up. We're going crazy. And I love to see this. This is exactly what's happening again, though. As you guys can see, we hit this nice level up here, almost $2.90 some cents. Then, we sold off. We're still kind of, chopping now, and we're just waiting for that next expansion. Now, this next expansion should take us to the all-time high on this chart, which is about roughly $3.21. But we are going to be watching for a big break over $3.84, which is the macro all-time high for XRP. So this is definitely going to be something very interesting to watch. And a lot of people have been asking me, like, Nick, when do you think that the all-time high is going to be broken? Well, if we go back to the 3-day chart, let's actually just go back to the 1-day, right? I just want to show you guys real quick the 1-day chart, because if we're going off of today's price for XRP, we are legit less than 40% away from a new all-time high, macro all-time high on XRP. Just for reference, this last daily candle was a 29% move. The one previous to that was roughly a 26% move. We could have a new all-time high on XRP within the next 72 hours, which is just crazy to me. And a lot of people don't realize just how fast XRP actually can move when the FOMO is there, when all of the catalysts are lining up. And this is exactly why I kept warning everyone about how big XRP actually will be once we do break out of that 7-year compression that we have been in. Now, I do see a lot of you in the chat. We have Andrew with Nick, it changed my life. I love to absolutely hear that. Listen, that's the end. That's the end goal of this channel, is just making sure that people are making a ton of money, making sure that everyone is, achieving financial freedom and ultimately living their best life. So love to see that. I see a lot of you, jumping in, talking about XLM, talking about XDC, talking about HBAR. Guys, I want you guys to realize that this is just the beginning of the altcoin phase. In my previous XRP video, I think it was like from last night, it was like around midnight. I saw a lot of people saying like, Nick, you're saying that the bear market is close. I'm saying that the bear market is close because alt season only lasts 3 to 6 months. I see a lot of people saying like, oh no, it's going to last until the end of 2025. Even if you go back to 2021, a lot of the, larger altcoins topped out earlier. So that's the only reason why I say like, yes, we are technically closer to, the bear market than, the biggest moves in the market, for an example, because again, 3 to 6 months is the big thing to focus on. Yes, we'll see, some significant moves going forward. And yes, we will continue to see alt season heat up in a large way. But I just want you guys to realize that, we're in the middle of alt season, and alt season does not last that long. So it's the shortest point of the cycle, but it is the best point of the cycle because that's when we are making a ton of money. Now, I do want to address a few things when it comes to XRP in this live stream because we are starting to see some very, very big moves on XRP, but we are also witnessing some very significant moves happening around the entire space. So let's take a quick look at this. Number one is the XRP Bitcoin pair. Guys, on the last day, look at how crazy the XRP Bitcoin pair has been. In fact, we just hit major resistance. Now, just for reference, right? This resistance goes all the way back to July of 2023. This is when XRP got deemed not a security in the court of law. So as we really look at this, this is a very big level that XRP has to break over on in terms of the Bitcoin pair. So once we actually break out of this, and once we finally get a close over this, we will witness one of the largest moves on this chart. Because if we go back to the weekly, the next key level after this, right, is going all the way back to the 2021 high, which is roughly like, 32% away. And then the November 2020 high is about 43.5%. So as we really look at this, yeah, XRP is about to go crazy on the USD pair because we're already breaking out against Bitcoin in a big way. Now, on top of this, Ethereum, guys, we have officially broken out of this. I mentioned this in the live stream yesterday as well. And as you guys can see, we are hitting some key levels around at least, resistance. But I think that this thing is going to continue higher. And there is a lot of things on the horizon for XRP. Institutional adoption, regulatory clarity, enterprise adoption. Now, I do see a few of them, a few comments here. Somebody did ask me if I was going to attend the XRP conference in Vegas. I'm not too sure if I'm going to. I got to see what's happening around that time. I'll definitely let you guys know. We also have Nick. Can you help clarify this? According to Smoke, Ripple has prepared for a significant price rise of XRP. There is a mechanism in place to adjust transaction fees if necessary. I mean, they probably already did accommodate for this. They do want XRP to be, at least stable within their, solutions. So maybe they do. I'm not too sure. I can't confirm that. Somebody from Ripple maybe could confirm that. We don't know. I also see a few other things around. I need to know more about this exit strategy. In the premium side of the Discord, there is so many exit strategies catered to pretty much every single, altcoin that you can think of. So if you guys do want to go check out that Discord, you guys should. I will actually drop a link in the chat real quick. We have over 8,000 members in the free side. They have been enjoying it. And if you guys, like I said, do want to join the premium side is definitely available within there. It's also on WAP as well. So if you guys do want to go check that out, I'll pin it in the chat for you guys. Again, it's totally up to you guys. You guys are not obligated to do so. You can always make your own exit strategy as well. It's totally up to you, and it's all personal preference. But if you guys do want to go check out the free Discord, there you guys have the link. Now, outside of the XRP Bitcoin and the XRP Ethereum charts, let's go over here to my post. This goes back to May 25th. And also, here we have October 2nd of the year. Now, these are two posts that were talking about the possible catalyst behind XRP. Now, again, during this time, a lot of people didn't want to believe it. They did not want to believe how bullish XRP was. They completely wrote it off. They didn't want to touch it. I said during this time that it's insane in terms of the catalyst behind it. You know, as we do talk about tokenization, we talk about the Ripple IPO, we talk about the Ripple stablecoin, we talk about full clarity around institutional sales. We talk about partnership announcements, the XRP ETFs, 7 years of accumulation, breakout, major XRP ledger amendments, XRP ledger adoption growing, relist on all exchanges as well. Although XRP gets a ton of hate and the frustration is at all-time highs already, the pressure is building. The only thing I am watching at this point is what the Bitcoin pair is doing. And yes, this is why I continued to focus on the Bitcoin pair, because as everyone was getting so bearish on XRP, as everyone was ignoring XRP, I looked at this and I said, this thing is close to its bottom. And every single time that we have these major bottoms like this, if you go back in time to 2013, 2014, you go back to, 2017, 2018, look at those significant moves happening after. And this is, of course, the all-time high. And as you guys do see, it's like a spring. We're already, significantly higher off of those lows. And it's just a massive move to the upside. This is exactly why I focused on the Bitcoin pair outside of the USD pair. Everyone loves to watch the USD chart. Watch these other charts. This is showing you how strong XRP actually is against Bitcoin. Now, on top of that, right? This was the other one. This was around, Bitwise filing for an XRP ETF. This was October 2nd, right? I said, think about what is about to unfold for XRP. The XRP ETFs, again, the Ripple stablecoin, but then we have the SEC. Now, again, at this time, we were looking at the SEC appeal because this is prior to elections and things like that. We now have from Brad Garlinghouse, we have after Gensler, all boats rise. He's actually this is in response to how impressive, XRP has been going, how it's been performing, how, it's been flipping. We have Ripple's win versus the SEC was the fatal wound in lawfare against crypto. XRP army bows to no one. And we have after Gensler, all boats rise. And honestly, as we really kind of think about this, in January, on January 20th, Gary Gensler is stepping down. So that is a very large catalyst for XRP and also for the entire space. Now also, institutional DeFi. Institutional focus, institutional adoption, and even institutional DeFi is such a significant thing for this space. A lot of people don't realize how big that actually is going to be for these projects that have been at the forefront of the institutional phase of, this technology. And I do think that everyone should be focused on that side because it's no longer about retail. Okay, the next significant wave of adoption, of price action and appreciation is going to come from the institutional side of things and the enterprise side of things. This is why I talk about Hedera. This is why I talk about Stellar. This is why I talk about what Ripple is doing and Quant and all of these other projects. And it's funny because a lot of people don't want to sit here and listen or do the research. They'd rather doom scroll through TikTok or Instagram Reels and things like that. And it's wild to me that people will waste an hour on social media doing absolutely nothing instead of listening, for 10, 20 minutes and actually learning something that could significantly affect their lives in a very positive way. And I know that a lot of you in this chat have done that. So I'm very happy for you guys out there that have stuck around, listened, learned, did the research, because now you're seeing exactly why it's so important to utilize the internet in a positive way that can affect you in a very positive way. So, as we think about that, right, the catalyst around XRP and the XRP ledger and even around Ripple, right, because we got to think about Ripple exposing the tech. It's so important to focus on where this space is today versus where it is going to go. I obviously hear from a lot of people that watch the channel because it's all age groups. I know that there's a lot of people out there that, are much older that, really just want to make money, retire, and live their life. There's also a lot of you out there that are very young, okay? And the reason why I bring that up is because, stocks are not making us rich today. There's absolutely no way, unless you have a very significant amount of money, that stocks are going to make you rich. I bring this up because if you are young, the next wave of money and where you will make the most amount of money is by investing into the next generation technology. We saw this with the dot-com bubble, right? And we're seeing it again now. Crypto is not, going anywhere. It's going to be around for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. This technology is going to change everything around us. So if you are young, or even if you are, a bit older, the best thing that you can do is plant the seeds now, because as we do get into the utility phase of this technology and the adoption, like mass adoption of this technology, I'm telling you guys right now, the prices that we see today, even though they are very exciting because, we were buying at 50 cents or 30 cents, or, if it's HBAR, we were buying at sub 5 cents. Like, yeah, it's great. It's exciting. But in the long term, when we have trillions of dollars on chain trading 24/7, 365, I'm telling you right now, the prices that we see today are going to look like a small little blip on the chart. So the long-term path here, especially around, wealth and prosperity, it's going to be so wild to watch and witness. And I'm telling you guys, we have a long path in front of us to travel down, and it's definitely going to be very, very exciting. Now, on top of this, I do see a lot of you guys in the chat asking a few questions, about utility and, talking about, adoption and things like that. There's also a few questions around LCX. So just so you guys know, and real quick, we could actually open up coin market cap real quick. If we go over to LCX, so a lot of people are overlooking this project right now. Every single year around January, there is an event, and it is called Davos. It is hosted by the World Economic Forum, where a lot of fintechs and institutions and asset management companies and all of them gather and talk about the technology, talk about this, that, whatever. Every single January, LCX pumps significantly. Here you have December into January of 2024, LCX pumps significantly. This is around Davos. Also, on top of this, if we go back to the bear market into 2023, here's January, LCX took off again. LCX takes off almost every single January outside of course, 2021 into 2022, because this is like the start of the bear market. The entire market has topped out, but every single time almost, even if we go back to 2020 into 2021, LCX performs greatly. So keep a close eye on LCX, add it to your watch list, because I do think that even this time around, LCX is going to pump in a big way during January. Now, outside of this, let's talk about a few things. So the news now is that the ETF discussions around XRP are definitely heating up in a big way. I was aware of this for a little bit of time. I don't know why this is being rehashed again, but we have new Wisdom Tree Funds officially files an S1 with the SEC Gov for an XRP spot ETF. They actually joined Bitwise and 21 shares and Canary funds in applying for a fund that tracks the daily price of XRP. Now, what's interesting about this is I have mentioned many times in the past that once we see BlackRock jump in on this, that is going to be the green light. Once BlackRock says, hey, we want an XRP ETF, it is going to get pushed through so quick, just like the Bitcoin ETF. And this is a very, very big deal, because the ETFs are more volume. It's more eyes on XRP. It's more investors into XRP. It's a much larger network effect for XRP as well. So this is definitely something that everyone should be focused on as well. Now, on top of this, I want to quickly share with you guys something. And what it is a lot of Solana people and a lot of there's a lot of Solana influencers and traders and degens out there that are now saying, I'm rotating all my Solana into XRP. I'm done. I'm going to invest into XRP. A lot of people have been, taking money out of their other altcoin bags and jumping into XRP. We now have a massive spotlight on XRP, and almost everyone can't ignore it now. This is wild to me. But this is exactly what I was saying was going to happen. When we think about, what happens every single cycle, there's always that one outlier that, everyone wants to FOMO into. Last season, if we go back to 2021, everyone was talking about Solana. Solana was the big deal. VCs were pumping it to, massive highs. This time around, it feels as though it's XRP's season. Maybe I'm biased, maybe I'm crazy, but it just feels like XRP is taking over. Also, real quick, I want to ask, because we have 2,300 viewers right now. I want to ask everyone out there that is watching, put in the chat XRP to a new all-time high. I want to see everyone in the chat just go crazy with some spam around XRP to a new all-time high. Even if you are looking at HBAR pumping, put HBAR pumping in the chat, XLM pumping in the chat. Just go crazy in the chat. There's over 2,300 plus of you watching right now. So I want to see everyone in the chat. Spam it. I want to see every single one of you out there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, let's go. All right, so real quick, I want to go over to a new post as well by me. Now, this was yesterday during the live stream, or actually, this was actually after the live stream. So I'm sure that you guys know that in the live stream yesterday, the number one thing that I was mentioning was how close XRP was to flipping Ethereum in terms of 24-hour trading volume, okay? At the time, XRP had, and this is 6:52 in the morning, XRP had $34.6 billion in trading volume. Guys, XRP is close to flipping the volume of Bitcoin now. We already flipped Ethereum in terms of trading volume. $52.6 billion in terms of 24-hour trading volume. That is insane. We have now flipped Ethereum in terms of 24-hour trading volume. The next step is flipping Ethereum in terms of market cap. I do believe that XRP is coming for Ethereum in a big way. And I also do think that we're not too far away from the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin. This is very important to focus on. This is very important to focus on. Now, I see a lot of people saying HBAR. Yeah, HBAR is up 45%, guys, on the last day, sitting at 32 cents. In the last 7 days, it's up 132%. Last 1 month, 605%. When we think about what's happening right now, guys, utility projects are just going insane. The last 24 hours, just look at the list here. XDC also making it, right, onto the list. Last month, up almost 200%. I also do believe that Casper is going to wake up in a big way as well. I mean, it just plays into the narrative. Also, real quick, I want to take a second because I don't think that a lot of you out there know this, but go check out tokenizedthreads.com. This is actually my apparel company, and we have a ton of, we have a ton of shirts and apparel over on the site right now, tokenizedthreads.com. If you guys do want to go check this out, you guys are more than welcome to. We have XRP themed shirts. We have, pretty much everything that you can think of. XLM's over there, Q&T's over there. So if you guys do want to go check it out, and of course we do have, some of the best, anti-SEC apparel as well. So if you guys do want to go check this out, you guys are more than welcome to, especially for this, holiday season. If you guys do want to go and get, a family member or something for Christmas or something, you guys are more than welcome to going over to tokenizedthreads.com. I'm telling you guys, the quality of these shirts and stuff, it's next level. So let's go and check out the chart because we are at $2.78. Lord Hybrid with the $20 super chat. Hey, I appreciate it. I dumped my Solana, which was my favorite crypto project a few days ago. I have just about doubled my value. Thanks for all you do, Nick. XRP will flip Bitcoin market cap in 2025. I will say this. I do think that XRP has a high probability of just going absolutely insane and shocking a lot of people by flipping Bitcoin. I don't know if it's going to happen this cycle, but I have been hearing a lot of the rumors around it. And also, as we really kind of look at XRP, you know, it's the only other asset in this space. Well, I should say not other, but it's the only asset in the space that actually has flipped Ethereum and Bitcoin in history. So again, as we really think about that, I do question if it can happen this alt season. It would be insane if it did. Nick, been following you for a long time. You are a legend. Hey, I appreciate that, Nelly Nelson. There's a lot of you guys out there. I see ya. XRP, Casper, Algo, H-bar, to the moon. Nick, Casper had significant bad news with its project, but everything is bullish again. What things are happening to make all of this excitement? Well, let's actually address it, okay? I've addressed it in a video already, but, you know, Casper Labs was, you know, a part of the network. They were not the ones behind the network. They were not building really anything. They promised us the world, if you will, for over 3+ years. And during that time, they were dumping Casper. They were hyping it up while dumping Casper. They weren't building pretty much anything for Casper. They never actually had a focus on Casper. And then last minute, they ditched it and flipped over to Hedera. Now, there was also a hack before they did leave, right beforehand. And a lot of people questioned, you know, was it really a hack, or did Casper Labs just, you know, dump a ton of Casper and call it a day? So as we really think about that, right, I do think that now that Casper Labs is out of the question, I do think that Casper is going to be a very big winner. The anchor is gone. And from what I've been hearing about, you know, Michael and the Casper team and what Casper's focused on, I do think that Casper now is more bullish than ever. We'll definitely have to, you know, we'll definitely have to watch what happens with a lot of the deadlines, because that's the big thing. That's the big thing. I want to see the deadlines actually being met for a lot of these big announcements. Also, by the way, the inflation on Casper actually is not that bad. I see a lot of people say like it has crazy inflation. The overall inflation on Casper is roughly about 8% year over year. It would take about 10 years for Casper to actually have the same supply as like ADA. When it comes to like XRP, I think it would take like 11 or 12 years. So, you know, Casper inflation actually isn't that bad. It just feels as though it is terrible because, you know, a lot of people make it out, you know, to be this like big deal, but it's actually not. Check out the wallet reserve requirement. Now only 1 XRP. I did see XRP scan post that the other day. I'm actually very happy about that. Actually took profits today. Sat there looking at my XRP, was going to sell some of it off, then paused. Thought, let me see what else doing. I'll keep it. Have to say, you are one of the reasons I have held my XRP. Thanks. Hey, I appreciate that. Smurfing Gaming. Algo prediction to the moon. I think Algo is going to be a big winner. I mean, honestly, Algo can hit $10. I don't think like Algo to $10 is not a crazy thing. You know, a lot of people overlook Algo, but you know, look at the supply for Algo. 10 billion at $10, it's 100 billion. 100 billion market cap for Algo. That's not, you know, crazy to me. Maybe I'm just insane. Maybe I'm a moon boy about it, but I don't think that that's crazy. Let me see. Casper didn't abandon anyone. That's the problem. Everyone thinks it's Casper, but it was just because Casper Labs, which is now Prove AI, they are the ones that abandoned the project. But Casper Association, which is the actual company behind Casper, the makers behind Casper, they're still there. Telcoin is gearing up. Yes, it definitely is. So is XDC. Yeah, 100%. How long are you streaming tonight, Nick? I was with you for the 2 hours the other night. Brilliant show. I'm going to be streaming for about an hour. So we are about roughly 30 minutes in. So probably about another 30 minutes. I'll probably do another live stream, you know, here soon. I can't tell you guys tomorrow because it's probably not going to be tomorrow. and the next day I will be traveling a bit. So I'll have to see when I'm going to be live streaming again. If anything, significant happens, maybe I will live stream, but we'll definitely have to see. The reason why I wanted to do this live stream is because we are seeing so many significant moves here and impulsive moves as well on XRP, on HBAR, on, all of these utility projects. We also got a $2 super chat from Brian. He said XRP to $3 before the end of today. It's definitely possible. Listen, I've been watching XRP's overall trading patterns here, and it just feels as though we are, at that same point back here where XRP is kind of just trading in sort of, this coiled up pattern, waiting for another big significant move to the upside before it repeats. You think XRP is going to crash? Probably when the market, listen, when the market itself tops out, everything will crash. Everything will. It just happens every single cycle. Nick, any targets for XDC? Well, if we're talking about like the top targets, it's like 80 cents to $1.20. I know that seems very low, but it's one that's not listed on major exchanges yet. There's not a lot of hype around it. There's not a lot of eyes on it, so I'm being very conservative with it. Yeah, there's always a potential of, a black swan. Nobody's going to be able to predict if a black swan's going to hit the market or not. That's why it is a black swan event. I do think that we are leading into hyperinflation regardless of what everyone thinks. I know that a lot of people have been saying, Trump's going to fix everything because he has Elon Musk on his side and this and that. But, if we're really kind of looking at what's been happening over the last couple years, it's definitely it's unpredictable. Let me see. There's a lot of comments coming in now. Also, Family YouTube with a $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Need to get a drink of water real quick, guys. 1 second. $100% tariffs on bricks. Yeah, I don't think that that's a good idea at all. I really don't think that is a good idea at all. But that's exactly what I was talking about, right? Like, how are we... So our whole point to avoid like a recession, a crash, or a black swan event is to what? Just like throw 100% tariffs on these countries and hope that they pay it. But on top of that, like, the tariffs are just simply to bring back manufacturing in the US. But there's not a lot manufactured in the US. We got another $2 here from Brian. Thoughts on ETH? I do think that ETH is going to start its uptrend for sure. It definitely does seem dead this cycle, but I do think that it's also going to wake up in a big way when we least expect it. I don't know who's talking about XRP to $1,000 in a year or anything like that. That's like crazy talk. But yeah, I don't know. I find it very interesting that a lot of people have been like mentioning like how Trump's going to utilize Elon to like completely avoid a recession. There's not going to be a crash. Everything's going to be fine. But then like I hear all these stories about how still everything around us is basically unaffordable. People are still leveraging, credit cards and debt to like the max. The US debt is at unsustainable levels. The debt to GDP ratio is just ridiculous. And, you know, we're supposed to just believe that in 4 years, everything's going to be fixed. I mean, it's just, it's not logical. It's not logical thinking at all. And I don't think that it's not like a whole, like, you know, me against Trump thing. I don't think anyone's going to be able to fix this problem because this has been a problem that's been going on for decades now. So you can't just fix, you know, 4, 5, 6 decades worth of damage in 4 years. We got a $5 super chat from Jaden Woods, trying to hold off taking profits until Trump enacts no capital gains taxes for USA crypto. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that. We definitely have to see what's going to be happening. $2 super chat from Alex Neri. Next big H-bar price resistance level. Just taking a quick look at, you know, I don't even need to open, you know, TradingView to see this. If we go over here to CoinMarketCap and we go to the all-time chart here, the next resistance level here is about like 37 cents on H-bar. We got another $10 super chat. Thoughts on Flare from Joe. I do. So just for reference, I was there during the snapshot. Okay. I got hit with the snapshot back in 2020. I got the airdrop. The airdrop has lost like almost all of its value. The big argument about Flare was that the XRP ledger and XRP needed Flare. That was like the big argument point initially. Also, Ripple was a big supporter of Flare initially. Since then, it feels as though Ripple does not care about Flare at all. So if we're thinking about that, I don't think that the XRP ledger and XRP needs Flare at all. Now, on its own, do I think that Flare has a lot of utility to it? Do I think that Flare will do good? Yes. But today's Flare versus like 2020, 2021 Flare, completely different story, because back in 2020, what we were hearing about Flare, it sounded like it was going to be the next big thing, and it was going to be like the biggest thing ever that is going to hit the market. Yeah, a lot has changed since then. It was called Spark at that time. It went from like Spark to Flare. There was a few changes around that time. Yeah, they definitely did get paid. I mean, there's a lot of incentives around the whole Flare thing and around you know, Ripple as well. So again, it is what it is. I just don't think that, you know, I'm not, as an XRP holder, like I'm not like huge about Flare simply because of the whole argument point about how Hugo went off on X saying like, you know, XRP has no utility outside of, you know, F assets. And I was just like, this is just a wild statement. So I don't know. I feel like when we really think about what's happening around this space, if I was an XRP holder and I really wanted to support a few projects that were doing some very big things around the space, like Axelar is huge. Axelar is a big deal for the space. Already working with you know, XRP and the XRPL. Also, Energy Web Token too definitely is a big one as well. I just, you know, a lot of people love airdrops. The problem with airdrops is that, you know, a lot of them they drop. All right, so let's just go and look back at Flare. Okay, I got the Flare airdrop. The airdrop was practically useless in terms of value unless I sold in like the second that I got it. And it's a taxable event. The second that you get that airdrop, whatever you get that at, the price wise and the supply, you have to pay taxes on that value. So if it loses 80, 90% of its value, all of a sudden you had to pay taxes on that, and you're also down 80-90%. So it's kind of like, a terrible situation because you're not actually making any money off of it. Now, with that, is there some airdrops that do, go wild? Yes. Look at, for an example, Uniswap. Back in like 2020 to 2021, Uniswap, did an airdrop, and during the height of the bull run, it was worth like over $25,000, almost like $50,000, and it was a free airdrop. So, there's definitely a lot of airdrops out there to make a lot of money on, but there's also a lot of airdrops out there that you just lose on. So you definitely have to be aware of that. We have here, somebody asked me about MBD and why I like it. It's a very early on project that the team has been pushing a lot of solid updates around. I've been hearing about, a potential launch around their, platform and their game over the next week or two. So I do think that MBD is going to be, a big winner. I think that, everyone should be focused on that. So, as we really think about what's going on with some of these projects, especially those early on projects, some of them can run crazy, especially if, they deliver and they start getting some listings, building out some liquidity provisions for it as well. I think that MBD could be, a top 100 project. And if we're talking about where the market cap is for the top 100, like, let's just real quick look at this, okay? The top 100 right now today starts at $1.1 billion. Okay, MBD right now, and this is kind of comical, has a fully diluted value of $5.32 million. So think about the upside potential on something like this if it is going to break into the top 100, if the team delivers, if they get some solid listings. I mean, upside potential is just wild on some of those early on projects that have solid, teams behind them. Also, is Sologenic legit? Yes. I do think that Sologenic is a solid project if you do hold XRP. Sologenic's great. Corium's great. There's a few great gems out there around the XRP ledger. So yeah, definitely focus on it. Favorite non-US based project? I don't really look at, where the projects are located, but I will say I know that Cellframe, for an example, is Russian tech, but they're doing a lot of things around quantum, resistant technology. I do think that Cellframe is going to be a big winner. What stablecoin will you be converting to? Probably USDC. I mean, Circle is definitely a legitimate player in this space, and I, think that they will be around for a while. They have BlackRock backing them as well, so I do think that Circle definitely should be focused on when it comes to an off ramp. Would love a collab with you and 24 Hours Crypto. I actually really like 24 Hours Crypto, and I support him. He's definitely a great individual around the space. We got a $5 super chat here from King Corso Trading Club of America. What do you think about passive income by keeping and staking your crypto? I think that a lot of it, as we really think about a lot of the staking mechanisms around this space, they just can't be trusted yet. After regulations hit the space, then I will be looking into passive income opportunities. Until then, it's the wild west. So you could put money in and all of a sudden it's gone. So right now I'm not really staking. I'm not really, doing anything around passive income. I think that the only thing that I actually have staked right now is Casper. So that's about it. Thanks for all the info. Have you seen this? Big shout out to Wally with the $5 super chat. FASB ASU 2023-08. We have big moves coming December 15th to March 31st. ISOs to the moon. I did not see that, and honestly, I have no idea what that even is, if I'm being completely real with you. We got a few posts here. Got a few goats from Jaden Woods. He's mentioned a few goats. Yeah, the problem with some of the content creators out there, and I'm not going to name names for the sake of respect, The problem with a lot of content creators right now is that I see a lot of them ripping off a lot of my technology, a lot of my content. Even though they're still talking about the same technology and stuff like that, they're ripping off my, thumbnails, my content. They're using, certain tags that I'm using. Even, certain mottos like the Crypto Crusaders tag. Like, I just find that very disrespectful. And it's just, not creative. So I don't know. There's a few creators in the space that I just completely avoid and I will no longer support at all. We got a 30 peso donation from Mr. 11th. I'm back. Welcome in, Mister. Love to see you here. And I appreciate the super chat as well. Everyone that, sent a super chat today, I do appreciate all of you guys. And I am very grateful for it as well. So right now, as we really kind of look at XRP, I'm sure that there's probably going to be a lot of people questioning, like, what's going to be happening here with XRP. If we're thinking about the same sort of pattern here, right? And again, I don't like to use bars graphs quite a bit. If we're really thinking about this, this is probably most likely going to be the next move on XRP. So we're probably going to have something where, we do something very similar to this. We might come back down to like $2.40, retest this resistance level, flip it into support. So something like this would make sense. Have this nice little deep dive with the market. And then, of course, the upside swing takes us right to $3.20. So this would be like, in my opinion, a perfect move on XRP if this was going to be the case. So I'm definitely watching to see if we do get this $2.50 dip on XRP. And during that time, listen, if you guys wanted to, look at a buy opportunity, if we do have a sell-off like this, maybe that would be, the level that you would be really kind of looking into adding. But again, you risk buying higher at this point. I'm very biased. I actually advise everyone to not buy XRP today at these prices because you had so long to buy, under 50 cents, under 75 cents, and even under $1. So I'm very biased. I'm not going to be able to advise anyone to buy XRP at today's prices because of that bias that I have, being able to, tell everyone like, hey, it's under 50 cents, get it while you can. So, today I would say you kind of missed the boat. But that's just me being honest with you guys and, really kind of ripping the Band-Aid off. Let me see. I have a bunch of profit earlier. Bitcoin is warming up. I expect XRP to pull back. $2.40 would be great. I'm thinking $2.55. There's a lot of people talking about XRP flipping Bitcoin as well. Again, it is possible. I just don't know if it happens this cycle. Do you agree with Moon Lambo's views? I've watched a few Moon Lambo videos. He's not too bad. And he's also been an OG. He's been around for a very long time in the XRP community as well. So, got to give him props and respect. IOTA is not available in your region yet on Uphold. It's just not listed on Uphold. You're going to have to look into, a few other areas where IOTA is available on an exchange that you can utilize. Outside of that, it's definitely going to be a lot more challenging to get if you have to utilize like a DEX or something like that. Would you still buy Casper due to the recent dip? Yeah, I still think, like I said, I think that Casper today is more bullish than ever. Who's store your style, Nick? I think it's very clear who's kind of copying a bit. You could you could see it if you look around like the XRP space and just really kind of compare my style to theirs. It's very clear. Even like the whole like Crypto Crusaders thing, like it's just wild to me that I've been utilizing this ever since I started the YouTube side thing, and even over on X I was always like the Crypto Crusader, and I've had it for 4 years now, and all of a sudden like someone random just starts making videos when they weren't even around during the bear market. They didn't go through the trenches like we did, and I don't know, it's just kind of, it's disrespectful. it's kind of ridiculous as well that they would just like kind of copy everything like that. But hey, it is what it is. I must be doing something right if people are trying to copy the style, copy everything like that. So who knows? I mean, listen, I fully understand XRP, but I just cannot. I can't justify buying XRP at $2.70 when I was buying it at 20 cents, at 17 cents, at 11 cents. I mean, those buys, there's there's absolutely no reason why I would want to up my overall average on anything. But hey, I totally get it. If somebody doesn't have a bag of XRP, I get the whole FOMO thing. Everyone has experienced FOMO at some point in time. We got a $2 super chat from Ben Q. Telcoin, Flare, XDC, still good levels to buy. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great opportunities out there that still have a tremendous upside potential to them. XDC definitely, Flare, definitely. Same with even Telcoin. Thanks, man. I love your channel. Hey, I appreciate it. I just really want to quickly say thank you for everyone for stopping by as well. I appreciate all the support. We have over 2,000 plus viewing this live stream right now, which is wild to me. We have another super chat from Kane Corso Trading Club of America, $10 super chat. Why would there be an end to alt season at all this cycle with everything that is coming up, including mass adoption? Don't you think that these utility coins could just keep going up, and up? That was the same argument back in 2021 as well. Again, there's going to be retail traps set. Right now, the big retail trap is that, regulations are almost here. Utility is going to be the big driver of value. So everything's just going to continue up. But the issue that I foresee with all of this is if you go back to the .com bubble as well, which if you look at crypto today, it's basically following the same pattern. There's going to be a bubble burst. Go back to the .com bubble. If we think about adoption and we think about, the big moves a lot of these projects and a lot of these companies have had, why did Amazon, why did Google, why did Apple, why did all of these great tech companies not just continue to surge even after the bubble bursted? It's because they all followed the same path. It's the same exact thing now with crypto. When regulations hit the space and 99% of the space gets wiped out, like all the meme coins and all the garbage, everything is going to follow through with it as well. Now, that is going to be the generational buying opportunity to set yourselves up for life, because you are going to be able to buy a lot of these great projects significantly lower than they are even today. And that is the time to really start paying attention to what projects are going to be around for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years. We got a $2 super chat from Robot Warfare. Hey, I appreciate the super chat. I mean, listen, there's a lot of projects that definitely are still cheap. I mean, HBAR sitting at about 30 some cents. I know a lot of people that were buying HBAR at 30 some cents back in 2021. So, I mean, yeah, realistically speaking, it still is cheap, but as we really think about it, I still look back at buying HBAR at sub 10 cents, sub 5 cents. So it's very hard for me to justify up in the average. Comparing crypto to stocks, I mean, listen, it's a very similar situation if you think about it. I understand that it's not the same exact environment, but it is still very similar. You have projects right now in this space like a lot of these meme coins are very comparable to the backyard shed companies that were around during the .com bubble that were valued at $1 billion plus. I mean, listen, a stock will take everything with it. A stock crash will take everything with it. So that's exactly why the .com bubble, when it bursted, that's why it took so long for those projects to actually bounce back and those companies to bounce back. And it's even very similar today, right? Like, regardless of utility, everyone thinks like overnight the whole world is going to be running on DLT rails. It's just not going to happen like that. It's going to take a little bit of time. But the number one thing that I keep telling everyone to focus on is, once we do see that wipeout of all the garbage, it is going to be up only going forward. It will happen, but initially we are going to have to go through a significant crash. So you're thinking there will be a dump like that after the normal bull run ends before real adoption happens? Yes, I do believe so, Robot Warfare, and I do appreciate the $5 super chat. I just think that a lot of people need to realize that we're getting into the whole pattern of believing that, all right, well, crypto is not going to crash at all. It's just going to continue up all the way through 2025 and going forward. Listen, this space is not regulated. Yes, regulations are on their way. Yes, adoption is still brewing, but this space is not regulated yet. There is still a lot of garbage tied to, this space. There's still a lot of money out there that is in, complete garbage, projects as well. This space needs a wipeout. That's just the truth. And we will see it. But the thing about this also is, on top of the environment around crypto, think about the economic outlook right now for the global economy. We are still not out of the woods. Whether or not, people want to believe that we're out of the woods and that we're going to completely avoid a recession or a crash or, something like, similar to 2008, we are not. We're still really kind of deep in the mud around, the economy being as bad as it is. So we still haven't bounced back at all. Debt is ridiculous. And I do question how anyone can believe that we are going to avoid, a significant crash or, a black swan event, essentially. In my opinion, it's just so unsustainable. And with that, I do think that crypto also does get wiped out. Now, is that something to fear? Absolutely not. In fact, we welcome it. That's why back in 2022, when FTX collapsed, we welcomed that because we were big buyers during that time. Huge help. This is Kane Corso Trading Club of America with another $2 super chat. Huge help, Nick. I appreciate it. We also got another £2 donation from Neil. What price do you think HBAR will be next year? It's hard to say. My overall price prediction for HBAR is still $1 to $2 initially. Moonboy, targets, we're talking a little bit higher, like $2 to $4. So, I mean, again, I've given out price predictions on a lot of these projects for, a while now. HBAR price prediction. Already answered it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we are coming up on the last minute of the live stream. Like I said, we're only going to live stream for about roughly an hour today. It already has been an incredible overall live stream. For those that are in the free Discord, there's going to be a pinned comment at the top of the chat. Definitely jump in to that free Discord. There's over 8,000 plus members as well. We are going to continue to update the Discord. We're going to continue to push, a lot more content in there as well. And if you are on the premium side, I'm sure that you guys are already happy with a lot of the content that's over there. But if anything crazy happens with XRP, throughout the next like roughly 72 hours or so, I probably will be doing another live stream. But listen, I want to start making these live streams like almost a daily thing, or like at least do it 3 times a week, because I absolutely love these live streams. I love just chilling here, really kind of reading the chat, interacting with you guys, because it definitely is it's definitely something special to me. So we're going to be wrapping this up. Denny with the $2 donation. We have XLM feelings and price predictions. I think XLM is going to perform very well. Ultimately speaking, it all depends on how wild this space really gets. I do think that XLM will most likely top out somewhere around, if we're talking about some like very crazy targets, like $1.50 to like $3. Moonboy targets, we're talking a little bit, higher, obviously, but that's my initial targets for XLM when we do meet them. we'll definitely reanalyze the overall market. Really, the only thing that I'm really kind of focused on is euphoria entering in this market again. We also have another $5 donation from B Franco. How about a picture of you so I can make myself a t-shirt with the XRP logo and your face in the middle? That would be comical, wouldn't it? But hey everyone, I do appreciate all the donations. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. I'm going to be wrapping this up because it has been over an hour. I just want to thank everyone for continuing to support the overall channel. I want to thank everyone for stopping by, interacting in the chat, being a subscriber, just supporting the channel every single day. You guys literally mean the world to me. So with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by. If you guys did enjoy this video and the live stream, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.